Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Century 21, Gavish Real Estate.
Hi, this is Ido Gavish, your real estate expert. At Century 21 Gavish Real Estate, we have a very simple and direct approach. We provide reliable housing advice, whether you're buying or selling a home. My team is always focused on ensuring a positive real estate experience from start to finish. Learn more about us at GavishRealEstate.com or give us a call at 702-255-1145. And remember, there is only one Century 21 Gavish. Capiche?
Farhan Naqvi with Naqvi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. You want an attorney who does everything in his power to translate knowledge and experience into big bucks in your pocket. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
If you've been hurt, Naqvi is the word. Call 702-INJURED.
This morning's been great so far, until you spot a ticket on your car. It says no parking from 8 till 5, or on any days that end in a Y. You can only park here every other Lunar New Year. Oddly specific. When your morning is hell, just go to Taco Bell.
And try the $1 grilled breakfast burrito with fluffy eggs and your choice of bacon, sausage, or potato. Only at Taco Bell. At participating stores for limited time during breakfast hours. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
News 3 live at 11.
I'm Jim Snyder.
And I'm Marie Mortera. We want to thank you for making News 3 your #1 choice for news.
Every weeknight at 11, you can count on us to have the big story of the day.
Plus breaking news that matters to you.
I'm meteorologist Kevin Janison. At 11, I'll have your updated forecast to help you plan out your next 7 days. That's why News 3 is your weather authority.
Jim Snyder and Marie Mortera. News 3 live at 11, the news station, leading the way in Las Vegas.
News 3 Today.
I'm Kim Wagner.
And I'm Dana Wagner, and just like you, we're Nevadans.
Count on us to report the important stories to help you plan your day.
The same goes for weather. I'm Kelly Curran. Help me in to give you your forecast every 10 minutes.
And your traffic report from Sky 3 every 10 minutes as well. I'm Tom Hawley. I'll help you get to work on time.
News 3 Today. I love the way it's on me. Yeah, I'm on and ready.
News 3 Today from 4 to 7.
Attention, if you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down this year by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance. And you'd better watch out, because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They are experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, even tens of thousands. Optima's resolved over $500 million of tax debt for their clients. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and will fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Join the 18th Tour de Summerlin on Saturday, April 13th as part of Downtown Summerlin's Wellness Festival, offering 3 different ride distances, 80, 40, and 20-mile scenic routes winding through the streets of Summerlin and Red Rock Canyon. They pride themselves on being the most rider-friendly bike event in the Southwest and utilize an abundant amount of biking lanes and paths for rider safety. Come on out for a great day of cycling and fun. Register today at tourdesummerlin.com.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
Yeah, make sure to make a reservation if you're going in the evening, because Joe's is always busy at night. 702-792-9222. And reservations not necessary during the day. You can make them. But generally speaking, you can show up 11:30 noon, get a seat, and then enjoy a phenomenal lunch at Joe's. Lunch or dinner, it's as good as it gets at Joe's. We have a baseball underdog angle, home underdog to be specific.
And it is an April home underdog angle.
Okay.
So early in the year, this obviously would apply to the first game of the series because both teams are off a loss. But It's that simple.
a home dog up to minus 155. So you can't be a 160 or higher home dog. A home dog of plus 155 or less.
Plus 155
Yes.
or less. Okay.
So, a decent-sized home dog.
Favorite on a dime line could be 65 or 75 on a 20-cent line.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. April home dog, both teams off a loss, line for the dog plus 155 or less. The dog record average line plus 123. It's 57%. 57 and 43
On
going
a
back
dog-
since 2004.
That's strong on a money line dog.
Yeah, that applies to San Francisco tonight with Samardzija against Colorado.
Okay. Game I'm not involved in.
We'll see what happens.
I like John Gray in the matchup, but I don't like playing teams on losing streaks. So
And again, a little difference with the snow out last night where Colorado had the day to rest and they called it early, so it's not like they played a game. So a little different dynamic, but those situations might have occurred those other 100 instances as well.
All right, let's check out some more action. We've got NHL and NHL and MLB to look at as we get to the Thursday. MJ Christensen 4 at 4.
1, 2, 3 into the 4.
Put them fours up. Put the fours up, I said. Do it right now.
Tonight's action is just around the bend, and the guys want to get your night off to a great start.
4.
It's the Las Vegas Sportsline's 4 at 4.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Unbelievable.
And we'll remind you, the 80th anniversary celebration is going all month long, but the big day is on the 18th, so that's coming up in a week. Okay, and then they're going to be doing some specials that day that are unbelievable on what will be the official 80th anniversary. You stop and think about it. Las Vegas isn't a very old city. They've been in business since 1939. That has to be they have to be one of the oldest businesses in the entire city.
When's the first casino here?
Well, that predates the
first casino.
casinos. Yeah.
That puts it in perspective.
Yeah, that is impressive for a company to enjoy their level of success for as many years as they have. It tells you that they're doing things the right way, and they still are at MJ Christensen Diamonds at Boca Park. Let's go MetsBraves. Mets coming off another crazy game where their bullpen made things interesting late, but they did get the win. The Braves are coming home after not playing yesterday because they got snowed out in Colorado. And they'll be home tonight facing a lefty, and the Braves have a lineup that can damage lefties. But a healthy Steven Matz is on the mound here for the Mets. He's enjoyed good success against Atlanta in his career, and he'll be facing Kevin Gausman, who seems to have he's thriving since the trade that brought him to the Braves and getting away from the Orioles organization. He's just been a better pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, he had a lifetime 4.1 ERA with the Braves, 2.87 ERA last year. I mean, 7 shutout innings last time out. You know, the Braves are a strong home favorite. They're 7-1. That game got snowed out. They called it at 9 in the morning. So they flew out right away. They were home early. There was no travel lag with them. And, you know, while Steven Matz is making his third start, in 10 and a third inning, he's only given up 1 earned run. One thing that does concern me is that the other 2 starts were at home. This is their first road game after 6 home games, and you do have a bullpen that's has a 6.61 ERA.
Neither bullpen's much good.
While the Mets have exploded for 26 runs their last 3 games, they've been outscored 32-26 in those 3 games.
Mets can hit. They are also rather generous once they get into the bullpen. Blue Jays and Red Sox. Red Sox are big favorites. And if you've been backing who's ever playing the Red Sox, you're up a significant amount of money already. They have been terrible.
Yeah, well, 2 last-place teams in the East. Who would have thought that when you're looking at these guys? You look at Evaldi. He's got an 8.1 ERA, and Sanchez with a 1.64 ERA. And two of the 3 wins, although Evaldi's got a 8.1 ERA, 2 of the 3 wins the Red Sox have are when Evaldi started.
Yeah.
So, it's a situation where they won, but there's only one way I could go. I could not play the Red Sox as a favorite of this size with the current form they're in.
No, neither can I. I think Boston wins this game, but you're not going to see me even considering laying close to 2-1 on the ball game. That they're just playing such bad baseball right now. The Padres are not playing bad baseball right now, and they will be sending Pedro Avila to the mound tonight. He makes his Major League debut at Arizona against the Diamondbacks. Avila has never pitched above Double-A, so he's the second starting pitcher this year to enjoy that distinction for the
And
Padres.
only one start in Double-A.
Yeah. Now, Margevicius,
one start in Double-A, yeah.
Margevicius also had never even sniffed AAA, and he's obviously gotten off to a very good start for the Padres in his major league career. Avila was Baseball America's number 29 rated prospect in the organization coming into this year, but there's been some upward mobility for Avila based on his spring, where it appears as though he's started to figure out command of his fastball. He has an excellent curveball, and that can be tricky with hitters that have never seen him before. He's also got a pretty respectable changeup. So, if you're turning your nose up at number 29 in the organization, two things. One is that they've got one of the deepest organizations in baseball right now. San Diego is loaded in the minor leagues. And anything top 30 or above is generally considered to be a guy who's going to play in the major leagues. So Avila might just be ahead of schedule. He'll be going against Zach Godley, who had an okay start against the Red Sox and then a not okay start last time out where he just got absolutely lit up. And Godley's still got the same issues he had last year, Ralph. He has control problems. His pitch counts get inflated, and he's usually out of there by the 5th or 6th inning. He's a twice-through-the-order guy, period, and maybe actually more like a once-through-the-order guy. But he's still starting with the Diamondbacks. I think the Padres are live here.
Yeah, again, when you have this first-time starter, you don't know. But
for sure.
I agree. I mean, with Godley, Arizona's 2-5 his last 7 starts. Arizona's lost his last 4 starts against winning teams. And, all I know about San Diego's pitcher is this. Their manager said he's got 4 pitches, and in spring training he had 1 bad inning, and that's it. Yep. Every other inning was a very positive performance. So, why not give him a shot? I mean, when you're from Venezuela, you start pitching when you're how old? And it's different than being brought up in the U.S. because they pitch a lot of innings when they're very young. So 22 doesn't mean the same thing as a 22-year-old from U.S.
By the way, I really like something the Padres are doing. Now, maybe it was a little bit injury-influenced, but the fact is they didn't wait on the service time for Tatis in the lineup from opening day. Most teams, they don't even care if there's an injury or not. They're going to try and get that extra year of service time by keeping it in the minors until that period of time has passed where they can call him up and not lose a year. They didn't care. They brought him right up, and they're not wasting time with pitchers who they think are ready. Let's give them a shot. Let's see what happens. It's worked out with Margevicius, and it could work out tonight with Avila. I think that's a positive thing for the team as a whole. You're sending a signal to everybody in the organization that we are trying to win baseball games. We're trying to win them right now. We're not worried about keeping an extra year of player control. I think to me, that's something to me that is going to excite the players in the organization.
The only thing I can relate to that is when the Indians were making that run and John Hart was their GM, he started signing all those young players before their contracts were up. And it put a completely different attitude into the team. Machado hit his 3rd home run, only hitting 244 early, but if Machado gets hot, it just adds a little more excitement to that program.
Made a beautiful barehanded play yesterday as well to help them win their game against the Giants. Maple Leafs and Bruins on the ice. This is the only original 6 matchup of the NHL playoffs, and a lot of people think this one's got a great chance to go 7 games. I think the Bruins are the better squad, but, an interesting thing here is that Cassidy is, the way he's configuring his lineup, it looks like he's going to try and beat Toronto at their own game, which is speed tonight. He's not going to go out there and play close to the vest and maybe the defensive style that the Bruins are more noted for. He is telling his team, we can go out there and beat Toronto at their own game. And if this turns into one of those 5-3 type of games and the Bruins do beat Toronto at their own game, it could be a shorter series than people think.
Well, the Bruins won in 7 games last year in the series. Yep. So, you have that rematch, that 7-game rematch. Toronto actually is changing up their front line, and they split up some guys for the series to try some new things. Dave, here's a hockey system for you. Although it's an overall system, so it doesn't necessarily predicate just to the playoffs.
I like generic systems.
Teams on a 2 or more game losing streak that had over 40 shots on goal in their last game, 109-98 for the dog, an average line of plus 142. So another situation where you're getting big-sized dogs over 500. That's plus 46.6 units in those 200 games.
And
so
the Maple Leafs qualify in that tonight?
Yeah, away dog, and you had to have two or more straight losses and over 40 shots on goal.
All right, good stat. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Our WagerTalk Marquee matchup is at Wrigley, and we'll tell you right now that the game goes an hour earlier than was originally scheduled because they've got weather rolling into Chicago tonight, so it's a 3:30 start our time. We'll talk about the Pirates and Cubs.